Hello, my name is Inchan Wang. I'm a career engineer living in Ethiopia. This is my initiative 3D Cure. 3D Cure creates affordable 3D printed prosthetics for pediatric orthopedic care in Ethiopia. So I've been living in Ethiopia for around 3 years now, and one of the problems that I see a lot is especially in the orthopedic care. So the problem that we face is that usually this is a traditional cast that I'm sure everyone has seen before. If you break a bone, you've of course go to the hospital and get this white little traditional cast on your arms or your limbs. However, this is really expensive, especially for the people here who cannot access the same treatment as we can. So this makes it really unaffordable for them, and also it's smelly and it creates skin recreation, which I've seen a lot during my internship in the hospitals here. So this is the problem that we face in the orthopedic field, and also more broadly, we have 100 million people that are potentially can be patients, but we only have 10,000 orthopedic surgeons that can cover this much. And also 86.23% of the minor fractures that the patients experience can be cured easily just by this little one cast. And this is why I propose a 3D printed cast. This 3D printed brace or a prosthetic can be useful for the people and can be really helpful for the treatment of any fractures or orthopedic diagnosis for the patients here. So, how do we do this? Our business model is based on this manufacturing process. So, first of all, we scan the patient's limbs and then we 3D model it using the CAD program. After that, we slice it based on the programs we have. And lastly, we print it and receive feedback from both the patient and the doctors. And through this manufacturing process, we're able to create a best fitting, customized, individualized, and a really cheap and affordable 3D printed brace and cast. For the market opportunity, we are estimating around 1.79 billion market size for 3D printed prosthetics, and for its impact, we're expecting to potentially reach out to the 100 million population. However, we're first starting with Addis Ababa. We also are impacting 650,000 babies. So in Ethiopia solely, there are around 600K babies who are born with birth injuries. And we do make prosthetics and customized casts for these babies as well. The way our business model works is that it's a social enterprise. So we'll be working with donorship and sponsorship. Um, it's going to be like a system where a single person can donate to a specific patient who suffers in a specific orthopedic diagnosis, and they'll be able to connect with the patient, which creates a more of a personalized sponsorship. And also, we're receiving donation from different organizations and hospitals. So this is our go-to-market strategy. We are currently collaborating with 9 different hospitals in Addis Ababa only, and we're also working with international companies such as Enable Hand or the Cure Hospital. So the reason why you have to choose me for this specific initiative is that I have experience in creating 3D prosthetics, 3D modeling, um, 3D designing, all these things. I can create, adapt, and customized braces for all patients. And I do have a diverse experience and learning experiences for this. Let me show you an example of this. So this is a patient called Malet. She had suffered a surgery on her fingers where she couldn't bend her or unfold her fingers. That's why we created this customized cast for her. So the first thing we do is that we scanned her lower limb, her fingers, and then as you can see in the middle, we design and print the prosthetic for her. The designing takes around 2 to 3 days maximum. However, we're building up capacity through a service club in my school. So based on this, we are able to deliver her individualized and also really effective 3D cast. And this was delivered in less than 5 days. So it also guarantees a fast delivery. However, if we build up infrastructure, we'll be able to shorten this and abridge the manufacturing time to around 3 days maximum. So we're expecting to gain more attention and also more sponsorship through 3D Cure. We also are collaborating with an NGO called Dumari, and we're hosting a marathon to, I think, raise around 2,000 euros. And this will be initiated in Amsterdam. So they are doing a 5 kilometer marathon, and all people will be donating 25 euros each. And this will be used solely for the 3D printers and the material and the scanners that we're going to be producing, will be purchasing for further improvement in our manufacturing process. So I really hope that Immerse also sees the potential in 3D Cure. This is by far the best service initiative that can help the people in Ethiopia the most effective way. Thank you.